such an asshole.
Hello, children. Oh, we are way off. Way there we go. What the hell? That's the flower. All right. I didn't design the place, guys. Not my house. Not my house. Oh, we got a request. If you have requests, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com, where I, the world's only professional asshole and a Gen Xer at that, will give you the swift kick in the ass that you so desperately need because your parents have all failed you. Anonymous writes, "Hi, Aaron. This is more of a testimonial than a question. As more Zoomers enter the job market or try to, you should look at labor force participation rates, sir. No one's really trying. I hope they can find this useful. This will be a long, charge me as much as it takes to put in all this in the video. Some context. My parents are from a Asian third world country, moved to the United States in 2005 as professionals. My mom is a right-leaning Catholic Gen Xer who is intelligent but spoiling and naive. My dad is a stoner boomer whose perception of the West came from 60s hippie Marley and Lennon. Well, don't worry, he'll be dying soon. He was also naturally an entitled, manipulative pussy who failed to set me up for adulthood. So they both came from a third world country. Was your dad wealthy for a third world country? I'm trying to figure out how. Usually when I hear poor, impoverished third world country, I think hardworking immigrants, gracious to be here, not basically Bob Marley and Lennon, John Lennon, not Marley, although that too. He was, as I went through my teens, I saw him go through addiction withdrawals, go to mental wards, and be a horrible husband and father in general. My mom finally divorced him a few years ago. I've been living with her and my younger sister since. Despite everything, and with a bit of boomer luck, my parents sold the house for $700,000 more than what they bought it for. Housing prices are the only thing saving a lot of people now. Of course, I don't know where they're going to live. That's the. I was like, we can make so much money. No, you have to pay it back, either in buying an equally overinflated house or paying equally overinflated rent. That whole print off the money thing under Obama and Trump doesn't go away. Neither of them are in debt. My mom moved to a cushy consulting job and is close to a comfortable retirement. My dad effed off back home on a plot of land he bought with the house money. They were horrible parents, but are objectively successful. But being financially successful and being successful parents are two different things. But they were set way before 2008 and 2020. I needed a different approach to follow up their success. Well, they got lucky with the housing market. That's really what it is. There wasn't. They have legitimate fields and professions. They just made bad decisions. After taking multiple IQ tests over the years, I know you like these. I don't like them. I don't hate them either. They are what they are. I've solidified around 114. Not stupid, but not Silicon Valley prodigy either. I was considered gifted. I still do not know what this entails. That just means like you showed up on time and did your homework in America. Like the gifted and talented in America now, back in the day, it might have meant something. Now it's just like you're not taking a shit on your desk in the classroom. That's kind of American standards now. Like you showed up, perfect attendance. Oh my God, you must be a genius. And the other thing is, gifted and talented doesn't mean anything. That's there's no predictive value there. Advanced classes were too much for me, but I was great with anything computer related. More on this later. Throughout high school, I was fairly smart, but incredibly insecure. I sought validation because my parents never gave it to me. I held no strong opinions out of fear of losing people. Most of my friends during my early teens were girls. I did not partake in anything masculine. I wanted to major in effing psychology. That's pretty chicky. I focused too much on feelings, making I statements, the whole shebang. With no dad around, I simply became too influenced by a feminine environment. Yes, yeah, you are having the true American experience. It doesn't matter that you're a first generation immigrant. Well, you are an immigrant because if you came in 2005 and you're already graduated from high school, yeah, you are truly an American now. Just keep being a pussy. Enter the asshole. I found out about you my first year in college. Thanks to some friends, I was very exposed to the quote unquote red pill community. Peterson, Molyneux, Sam Hyde, Zoomers listening will know who he is. But I desperately needed practical advice. Long story short, you are the fucking man. Invaluable knowledge I learned from you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's just that I'm Gen X. That's it. And I didn't work at it. I just happen to be Gen X. Our parents like, you'll be fine. Here's some water. They leave us a dish bowl with the dogs. It said dogs, children, and we survived that way. Thank God we had Ronald Reagan. Invaluable knowledge I learned from you. 1, all jobs suck. Find a chill security job and study during downtime. 2, you can't help with laziness. Just do things. 3, therapists are useless save for some edge cases. Growing up in an abusive household and having severe anxiety were valid reasons to go. Addiction counseling too. 4, move out of major cities. They are shitholes. I've been scoping out a western state and an eastern state. Hopefully I don't get discriminated against if I move to a red state. Okay, for being brown. No, dude, that okay. Apparently you weren't listening enough. The whole evil white man, red state Republicans hate minorities, that is such an old trope by now. And if you cannot, as an impartial person, take a look at where minorities do better, whether that's blue cities like Detroit or Minneapolis, or I didn't pick any blue city, frankly, or who does better, the Republican minorities or the Democrat minorities, the Republican Hispanics or the Democrat Hispanic? I don't know. It's just that they want to hear certain things. Nothing's your fault. Keep on doing, and you don't have to work for a living because reasons. But then at the end, you got to look at the results and like, I'm even shocked. I know the brainwashing is strong with the black community, but like, when do you wake up and realize the Democrats are not your friends? You will not be discriminated against. Now you act like a dick. Yeah, you do are you going to discriminate against me? Because that's what my teachers told me. Yeah, they're going to hate you, but it's not because you happen to be brown or Hispanic or black or wherever you're from or Asian. They're going to be like, you're a whiny little pussy. Shut up and get a job. Although in modern day rural America, doing meth and living on the trailer park on disability. So I would not, the short version is don't let your ethnicity prevent you from moving to, I don't know, what's a nice town? Tucson, Arizona, or well, that's not too nice a town. Payson, Arizona. Not that you have to go to Arizona. I'll tell you this: you move to a red state, the fact you're from California, they're going to discriminate. Yeah, don't tell people you're from California. If they find out you're like, I hate California, I hate the Democrats, I want to work and I want to own guns, they're like, Paisan now. Yes. 5, avoid university. I got accepted to a few universities for computer science, but that major is a high IQ blood sport in the state I used to live in. I'd have competed against Indian and Chinese Americans just to get outsourced by actual Indian and Chinese people. I instead opted for an IT degree at a community college, self-studied for a few certs, and got out making Bay Area wage 2 years before my peers. Hell yeah. No debt, far less competitive job market, no unrealistic HR expectations. Look at this. I don't even think you're 25 yet. I don't know your age. You're already inoculated against the HR quantas. You don't have any student loan debt. You got a job. You got a career. You're doing good. 6, live with your parents until you have a stable job and put up with their shit. Generally, I'll go with you on that, but it really depends what their shit is. You are saving so much money that you can use to invest with rather than pay rent. Well, and I'll agree with you there. We did the numbers that if you just work 2 full-time jobs, not even IT, just 2 full-time jobs, start at $15 or $16 an hour, depending on where you live, and you live at home and you bank all that money and you invest it in an average returning mutual fund over 4 years, you'll have anywhere between $150,000 and $200,000 by the time you're 22. And every dumbass you went to high school with that went to college will have like 75 grand in student loan debt. 7, don't fight genuine introversion. You made a video about this. Okay, cool. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. if you're introverted, you're introverted. There's nothing wrong with that, man. There's absolutely. I'm getting more introverted as I get older because people piss me off more and more. Just don't have the patience for it. But yeah, back when you were younger, like, oh, you got to get out, you got to party, you got to meet. Like, no, if you want to stay in and read a book, stay in and read a book. And I'll tell you this right now, it was like this in my day. So you know it's only gotten worse. All right. In my day, most people weren't worth spitting on. That's how boring and cookie cutter they were. Like I look back at all the parties and the nightclubbing and the drinking and all that. Most of these people weren't worth pissing on. The conversations weren't unique. They weren't certainly nothing that you can't. If you're listening to Molyneux or tuning into any kind of Schopenhauer philosophy, even turd flinging monkey, like if you're listening to different ideas, those conversations, you may not agree with them, but they're definitely more challenging and intellectually rewarding and stimulating and philosophical. Hey man, these freshman dorm conversations, like, well, if we just started giving people more money, then we could solve the world's problems, man. I just feel. Do you know? I mean, you didn't even say think. You just feel. Oh, you feel. I feel. That's great. You feel. Did you look up the data? We didn't have the internet when we were in. We had to look it up in microfiche, but now you have it on that phone. Why don't you look it up and know instead of feel? Oh, you just feel we should give other people more of my money. Oh, good. I hope you feel real popular there, Jesse. Don't fight introversion. 8, thank your trauma. I think it's better to thank your enemies. The trauma's going to come. You also made a video about this. I think it's essential since Zoomers are statistically the most mentally ill. Yes and no. You're right on both regards, wrong on both regards. They're the most diagnosed. I would argue they are not the most mentally ill, just as the millennials are not the most mentally ill before you. What I would argue is you've had shitty parents, shitty teachers, shitty community, shitty society, all lying to you so that you go to college and piss away your money there. You go get a car. You go and become socialist. You go, oh my God, I'm a female, Hispanic, pansexual. I'm just so great. It's like, dude, what about what you do for a living? Then you guys are all finding out that everyone is faking and LARPing. Like, oh my God, you're so amazing and brave. I so like you. It's like, no, they don't like you. Like you have no real friends. None. That's true. And all the information you've been given about how the world works, how to make money, and what you're entitled to, obviously that is not true either. And you guys are so lost and so confused, but you've had this like autoimmune deficiency virus put in your head also, where it's like, well, the solution can't possibly be to stop being a whiny, lazy quanta ha-ha and go get a job and work hard. No, it's got to be the oppressions. Or maybe I'm not unique and diverse enough. Do you need me to cut off my tits? Will that make me popular? Okay. Yeah, I think I do. I think I am a man. Yeah. You got that idiot on the Bud Light can? Like, that's your rep. Like, I don't know, man. Just go get a job and go ride motorcycles and go fishing. Just be me. So I don't think in one way it's you came from this horrible, a genuinely toxic environment. You did, and yes, you are going to pay a mental price. Now, is that full blown mental illness? In some cases, yeah. But I would say the much more common instance is that you're all victims, and especially if you're white, like you can't. Oh, I got this this not white skin color. Oh, you're white. Heaven help you if you're straight. And oh my gosh, why I do declare, Beauregard, fetch me my fainting couch. I have a case of the tisms. I'm disabled. Beauregard, catch me. I'm fainting. Give me now the special treatments and the monies, because now I am a disabled person. Oh, Beauregard, I do believe I have a touch of the social anxieties. And I was like, nah, you just had shitty parents. No, you're just a lazy piece of shit. Like if you went up to the gym and worked out and then you had a life, no, it's not that. So it's kind of both. Not only you have the most legitimately mentally ill, you have the most fakers and posers of it, which is a functionally mentally ill anyway, because whether you fake it or not, you're still dysfunctional in society and you're going to be miserable. Optional, consider forgiving your parents. If they change their behavior, you accept it. I've never been big on forgiveness. You forgive not for them, but for yourself. Shut up! Nope, vengeance time, saith the Cappy. Dance when they fail. I believe in karma. But when they get their vengeance, parents are not anyone who's wronged you in the past. Like, oh, look at that. How's that going? It's your own hand. Yourself and realize just what a failure you are at 40. 9, read Bet Your Pet Economics. I was going to spoil a lot here, but you will learn a lot about long-term investments, what's hard to buy, etc. Thank you. Yeah, and then also link below, I have a link to the course, The Dad You Never Had, because I'll tell you, Zoomers, right now, most of your dads, even if they are present, they're pussies, and they're pretty freaking worthless. They haven't taught you anything. It's why asshole consulting exists, because no one's raised their freaking kids right. And, what you went through, albeit you come from an immigrant background, which is different, you have had a very modern-day American experience. At 22, okay, you're 22. I can't give Aaron-level advice, but I want to target Zoomers with my experiences so they'll try anyway. You could expand on these. So we'll go into what he's done, but for any of you young people who you could tolerate an evil white man telling you harsh truths, instead of running and crying and sobbing to your safe space. Target Zoomers with my experiences. You want to give them advice, you could expand on these. Here's just what you're gonna die, all right? And the only thing that really matters in life is other people and having good friends and love, whether that's from family, friends, or romantic love partners. But if you're a lazy sack of shit because you don't do anything anybody else wants, you're of no value to society, either in an economic capacity, a romantic capacity, a communal capacity, that's why you're all miserable. Who the hell wants to hang out with you? And I guess the most people that you want to hang out with you are not friends, they're commiserators. They like to commiserate with you. Namely on the left. Oh my God, I can't believe Donald Trump, like he hasn't been in office in a while. Oh my God, the global warmings. Oh, the patriarchy. Like, wow, that's like a really sad, pathetic life you live in right there now. And so whatever advice he gives, which will be in the ballpark, if you need a quick take, like you're going to die, stop being a whiny quanta ha-ha, go do something, particularly get some good skills so you don't have to worry about money anymore. Then life gets a lot easier. Stay in shape. Maybe go have some good sex. And then go do what you want before you die. There you go. That's it. We don't need no 500-page tome. Sorry you pissed away all your life on a worthless degree. I'm sorry you're very angry at the Republicans in the Senate. But, tickety-tock. Y'all like under 30. Your youth is pretty much gone. Watch what's going to happen to you in another short 5 years. No one's going to give a shit about the Zoomers. All the marketers and the professors are going to get their money. They're going to look at Generation Alpha. You hear anyone talk about millennials anymore? It's going to be 5 short years for you. We're not going to care because everyone got their blood and their flesh and their debt and their money out of you. And they've convinced you, it's the Republicans in the Senate, it's the red state racists. Oh my God, they're the ones that made you sign up for your sociology degree. 1, absolutely no TikTok or Twitter girls. Zoomers love instant gratification, and Prawn has only worsened this. You're right there. And it's not just the Zoomers. If you must, Eastern Europeans have hearts of gold but are very jaded, but don't center your life around the girls. Okay. 2, no crypto, drop shipping, shoe reselling, or other flavor of the year dude bro shit. You want stability, learn a skill hedged against inflation, as you once said. Yeah, so there's no get rich quick. I'm not saying don't invest in crypto. I'm not saying like if you actually make money shoe reselling. But I got all these people like, oh, I'm drop shipping. I'm going to trade options, but they all lose money. And then they're not any wealthier. They're just 5 years older, probably with some debt. 3, avoid turning your hobby into a job. Enjoy the decline by preserving any semblance of passion you have left. I don't know. I guess this is a hobby that turned into a job. It's better than working a real job, I'll tell you that. I mean, if you're lucky, you get a job that is your hobby, but don't try to make your hobby a job. Like, I'm going to be a writer. Okay, cool. You know what I did when I was writing my first books? I was a credit analyst and a security guard and a ballroom dancer, and I taught finance classes as well. Oh, and a landlord. I own rental property. Not a lot, but I had duplex. That's how I made my money. And then the writing actually took. I wasn't like, I need a student loan bailout so I can sip $5 lattes with avocado and toast and pay back my master's degree in English and blame the patriarchy and then still yet hypocritically claim that I'm a strong, independent woman when I'm begging for a parasitic bailout. Oh, hang on. Let me write feminist slop. I don't know why you're not successful. 4, do not engage in Twitter, Instagram, TikTok politics. Yeah, absolutely. It's sad to see how much a grip millennial identity politics have over younger Zoomers, but don't hide in centrism either. Learn about your enemies, support your loved ones in your community above all else. I would say just don't do it to waste your like. Look, I'm on social media because I have to be. I don't want to be on. You'll know I'm like I'll never fully retire, but I'll be partially retired when I don't do my phone. I don't like Twitter, or post pictures up on Instagram all the time. It'll probably just be me doing a podcast and cursing and swearing. But yeah, if you can avoid, like, don't do your socializing on the internet. Don't do your politics on you. Absolutely not. 5, have healthy outlets. C0. Yeah, workout, gym, hike. If you want, go to my TikTok. You'll see a bunch of hiking pictures. I'm not like doing, girl with cleavage duck lips. Make a conscious effort to do all these things. You won't end up a SoundCloud rapper, an OnlyFans has-been, a starving Twitter artist, a starving Twitch streamer, an iPad baby? What's that? Or every other dopamine-hungry Zoomer phenotype under the sun. I've seen it all in California multiple times already. You got it in high def and in person. This is another one. Like, when you just look at California and say, like, yeah, these Democrat policies don't work. This is bad. I don't like the Republicans, but there's people pooping in the streets. I don't think the Democrats got it. Maybe vote Libertarian, but what do I know? Currently, a lot of young Zoomers aestheticize. Oh, good Lord, dude. What? You sure you only got a 115 IQ? I don't even know what that is. And fetishize growing up on the internet because, like mine, their boomer or millennial parents failed them. They really didn't give you any point, purpose, and reason in living. It's just like, oh, here's the internet. In our day, here's the video games. Although we did go outside and play. We did have that. But yeah, your parents, I can't tell you this enough. Most parents don't want to raise you. And you could tell because if they shipped you off to daycare. Parents that love you, one of them stays home and raises you. Typically the mom, but not always. Someone stays home and raises the kid. And okay, you get off to school. All right, someone picks up a part-time job and that kind of thing. But yeah, I guarantee you, none of your parents sat you down and taught you ethics. None of your parents sat you down and like, hey, here's why you got to work. You should go rake the Mr. Johnson's yard. You should shovel driveways. Did any of them teach you compound interest? What was their educational advice? Follow your heart and the money will follow. 8 degrees a good degree. Are they still saying that slop 40 years later? Yeah, your parents, they did not raise you. That could tell. It's like, oh yeah, it's not that we're crappy parents and we got divorced or his dad was never around, the mom was never around. No, you got autism. Here's some drugs at 10. Like, I don't know, maybe kids need the parents and they need them, that you just can't breed them. Like, I know you breed them and feed them and clothe them and shelter them, but do you invest? Do you teach them lessons? No, mommy needs to get her MBA because girl boss. And that Range Rover is more important. I know it's an $800 a month payment and we couldn't afford to send our kids to school, but we need that Range Rover to impress the Johnsons. It's sad, but if you click on the right things, you'd have listened to this and sub to Aaron. If not, go do it. He truly is the dad you never had. Yep, link below. Link below. Did you take the course? I could expand on investments in real estate since I'm among other Zoomers haven't gotten that far yet. Well, you're 22. I mean, give it some time. That's also covered in the dad you never had. Like literally everything that you wish your dad taught you, it's there. Everything your teachers failed to tell you, it's there. Like you want to not end up, you do know there's another generation before you that came that followed the advice of the predecessors and their 40-year-old panhandlers begging for student loan bailouts still living at home. And they hate the Republicans. Oh, it's like, yeah, the Republicans, it's the Republicans' fault. You got a doctorate in journalism. Yeah. Okay. All right. How would that be? Here's a question to the Zoomers. Would you like to be the millennials where like basically your life is half over? I mean, your youth is gone. You are now right at the knocking door of middle age and you don't have a penny saved up? You're miserable and pissed off? You want that? I could expand a bit, but I'll keep on trucking. I know this is all over the place. I charged for it. Apologies if I come off as snobbish. No. Your thoughts would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for everything so far. Aaron, no problem. Thank you very much. That's a very kind email. And I'm glad that you're doing well. And I'm glad that you are, you didn't succumb. Yeah, that's it. All right. Let's go to the super chats real quick because then I'm going to go and have some coffee. All right. Dung is fun. $5. That's true. Do not tell people you're from California. Down here in Texas, especially Midland. Don't. No, I'm 100%. I know we make fun of different people of races because we actually care. But seriously, I'm not joking. They don't care if you're black or Hispanic or Asian or whatever. If you say you're from California, that's like the worst thing you can do. That would be the worst thing you can do. You show up, you work, you're like, hey, how's it going? And you're like, where's the gun range? I want to learn to fire guns. In, baby. And then you'll find, oh my God, these red state rural people are not Wyoming, but other red state rural people are kind of nice. They like to help out. Maybe I'll be invited to a barbecue. Maybe we'll go to Buc-ee's. Patrick at Lithuania, $2. Moto license, baby. Vroom, vroom. Awesome, Patrick. Good to hear. And what you got? It's the beginning of summer out there in the Baltics, right? So you got what, 3 weeks of summer, and then the snow comes back in late July. Mark Bagania, hey, how you doing, Mark? $5. Left California 3.5 years ago, no regrets, but missed In-N-Out Burger. Oh, dude, I had one a couple weeks ago. What is that's just a burger. I know I probably just blasphemed, half of California, but In-N-Out Burger, really? Sonic blows it out of the water, man. 5th generation Californian that had a paid for house in Orange County. Seriously, no regrets. Tree Village, $10 generous. I turned down a staff accounting position because they wanted me in the office 4 days a week while the managers and directors were working fully remote. Nope, there. Bravo. Applause. Outstanding. I just laughed. My current job is 2 days in the office. There you go. Look, if you're an accountant, start doing some bookkeeping on the side. Alex Patino, a truck driving Latino agent in the field, for $5. You need to set up an alternative app to get your super chats away from YouTube. Don't get 50% of your money. Well, YouTube takes 30, and then there's a 20% tax. So I only do get half. And you're right, Alex. You're right. I just want to have some fun though after a while. Like there's a lot of different things. And now that the houses are all done and fixed up, maybe I'll get to that. But you're right. I don't know. Like I'm sure Eisenhower took a day off, once or twice. Said, hey, Monty, take over. I'm tired. I want to sleep and bang my mistress. Wisdom Vision Productions, $5. When you die, it would be hilarious if you are remembered for your thumbnails and literally nothing else. Those thumbnails are a true work of art. Man, let me tell you, the hours and days and years I've put into Microsoft Paint with alt print screen. I mean, I'd imagine if I was competent at Photoshop. Nonstop Dre, $2. Cappy Carlson influencer, 2 ahead of his time. And what is that, Dre? Oh, dog beater. That's a dog? Dung is fun. $5. The new trend with parents is I will not threaten you with a spanking, but I'll put you on medication. That's the new threat. If your parents didn't spank you, they didn't love you. I know it's different people disagree. Obviously, Molyneux, Phil Foster would disagree, and please subscribe and follow those people. They're very good people. I just would disagree with them. My truth, $2. Gen Z, the new millennials. 38 is the new 20. Laughing my ass off. Wiz Division Productions, $5. Patient parents be like, I just want you to have a better life than I did. Anyways, good luck with that, little Timmy. Here's a MacBook. Get out of here. The amount of and I hate to just be so simplistic on slamming on parents. And I'm not even talking like the boomer parents. I had some pretty okay parents. But when I see some of these emails come across my desk, I really ask, like, where the hell are your parents? Why am I doing their job? Why did they lie to you? And then all it boils down to, they're too lazy. And they were too cowardly to have uncomfortable conversations or do uncomfortable parenting, like disciplining. How? I mean, keep on going. Otherwise, asshole consulting. What, like, if you parents, if American parents got your heads out of your asses and started raising your kids right and disciplining and obey your father, and everyone respected their father. I don't know. Maybe the father was fucking around, like meaning present, not having sex on the side. Maybe the dad was there. I wouldn't be needed. But if you don't like my tone, American parents, F you. I'm here because of you. And thank you very much, because I used to have a real job and it sucked. Now I got this thing. Nonstop Dre, $2. Cappy, like his coffee, like his men, bitter and strong. Dr. Paradox, $2. Bitter, strong men drink Cappy for breakfast. Huh. Yeah, I am like Chuck Norris that way. Mark again for $5. Sonic, oh my God. No, see, I knew it was going to happen. You just made me sad. Why? Don't you like good tasting food? Been to most of the lower 48. Can't beat SoCal for good burgers. Yeah, you can. It's called Sonic. They got them in SoCal. I mean, there's other burger places. Like In-N-Out wasn't bad. It wasn't the end all be all. I haven't been to Whataburger yet, but I'm afraid to try because you Californians keep talking about, oh, have you been to Whataburger? No, not after I've been to In-N-Out. Oh my goodness. The recently graduated chemical engineer graduate, Atham Aldecchio for $2. Cappy always looks pissed even if things go his way. I'm a very angry man. I get to go back to South Dakota and go to anger management. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. More on the way later on this evening. See you guys later, Toodles. Oh, and the link below is to the dad you never had. Take it if you're confused and lost. Teachable. Toodles.